This week in artificial intelligence, a finance worker joined a video call with their boss and colleagues and approved $25 million in transfers. Every person on that call was fake. Also, OpenAI is threatening nonprofits with legal action for criticizing them. Even their own employees are speaking out. And one of the world's biggest consulting firms just refunded hundreds of thousands after passing off ChatGPT's work as its own. 3 stories. Real consequences. Let's break them down. Picture this. You open your laptop for an urgent video meeting. Your CFO smiles, greets you by name, colleagues nod along, the slides look routine. You follow protocol, verify the request, and authorize the transfer, $25.5 million. Hours later, you discover every face on that call was generated by artificial intelligence. The CFO wasn't real. The colleagues weren't real. The background chatter, the faint hum of office aircon, all fake. A perfectly orchestrated illusion. That's exactly what happened at a multinational firm in Hong Kong. A finance employee transferred $25 million after joining what appeared to be a legitimate meeting with the UK finance team. Investigators later confirmed it was a fully synthetic video conference. Voices, movements, everything cloned from online footage. This isn't theory. It's the new face of cybercrime. Deepfake fraud cases have surged 1,740% in North America since 2022, with more than $200 million lost in just the first quarter of 2025. 1 in 20 ID verification failures now involves a deepfake. Scammers can alter face, voice, gender, even race, live, in real time. Think about that. You can no longer trust what you see on a screen. The person who looks and sounds like your boss could be a simulation trained on public videos and social posts. If a trained finance professional can be fooled, what chance does anyone else have? Defenses are scrambling to keep up. Startups are racing to build video authenticity watermarks and behavioral pattern detectors, but the fakers are innovating faster. The battleground has moved from email to webcam. The lesson is simple, yet chilling. The oldest form of verification still matters most. When millions are on the line, pick up the phone. Next, OpenAI says it exists to benefit humanity. That's the mission, the promise. Yet this week, 7 nonprofit organizations that criticized the company received something else, subpoenas. The groups had signed open letters questioning OpenAI's shift from nonprofit to for-profit. They asked whether a company driven by valuation can still prioritize humanity's interests. OpenAI's lawyers demanded internal communications, funding records, and private emails, requests the nonprofits call intimidating and overly broad. The company hinted that these critics might be connected to Elon Musk, framing the backlash as a coordinated attack rather than independent concern. But the most telling reaction came from inside OpenAI itself. Joshua Akium, the head of mission alignment, the person responsible for ensuring the company stays true to its values, posted one line publicly. This doesn't seem great. That understatement traveled fast. When your own ethics lead questions your tactics, something is off. Nonprofits exist to hold powerful institutions accountable. Their purpose is scrutiny, not silence. OpenAI's response, legal threats instead of dialogue, risks turning legitimate oversight into litigation. This matters beyond one company. OpenAI isn't a startup anymore. It's infrastructure. Its models shape classrooms, hospitals, and governments. If it meets criticism with subpoenas today, how will it handle global regulation tomorrow? The nonprofit structure once promised that OpenAI would serve the public good. Now, as billions flow in and incentives shift, that original guardrail looks increasingly fragile. Innovation thrives on transparency, not intimidation. Because if the most influential AI company can't accept critique, the rest of the industry won't either. Finally, a story that would be funny if it weren't so revealing. Deloitte, a symbol of corporate precision, was hired by the Australian government to produce a welfare reform report worth 440,000 Australian dollars. What the government received contained fabricated quotes, non-existent legal cases, and references to nowhere. The reason? Someone at Deloitte used Microsoft's Azure OpenAI GPT-4 model to draft sections of the report, then skipped the verification step. The firm admitted it only after being confronted. They refunded roughly 290,000 Australian dollars and issued an apology. The scandal wasn't that AI hallucinated. That's what it does. The scandal was that humans trusted it blindly. Generative systems produce text that sounds confident, even when it's completely wrong. If no one checks the output, falsehoods get published as fact. In this case, they nearly informed government policy. This isn't an outlier. Across industries, employees are secretly relying on generative tools to speed up deliverables. The line between assistant and author is evaporating. When something goes wrong, the blame doesn't fall on the model. It falls on the human who treated it like magic instead of machinery. Deloitte's misstep is the wake-up call boardrooms need. Artificial intelligence can amplify excellence or expose laziness. It depends entirely on how carefully we verify what it produces. Across these stories runs the same thread: misplaced trust. A worker trusted the faces on a screen and lost $25 million. Watchdogs trusted OpenAI to welcome accountability and got subpoenas instead. Government clients trusted experts and received unverified machine output. Technology isn't the villain. Human overconfidence is. We're building systems faster than we're learning to use them wisely. The tools are powerful, the guardrails are weak, and the cost of that imbalance is already measured in money, credibility, and truth itself. The world we're entering demands a new literacy, not just reading and writing, but verifying. Because when seeing is no longer believing, discernment becomes our only defense. If this breakdown gave you a clearer picture of what's actually happening behind the headlines, tap like. It helps more people see the reality behind the hype. Subscribe to AI Unlocked for weekly deep dives into breakthroughs, scandals, and the shifting future of technology. Share this episode with someone who still thinks artificial intelligence is all progress and no consequences. These conversations matter, because the future isn't coming. It's already here.